my name is Rebecca Rocky, and today I will be doing a simple guy's stage makeup tutorial. I've been with MoezArt for about 5 years now, and I was brought on as an intern this semester, and one of my duties is to create these tutorials for you guys. So at the end of this video, there will be a little video portion of me applying makeup onto Mason Stringer, and I just want to give thanks to him for agreeing to let me use him in this tutorial. He was a great sport, and I just want to thank him for that. So before we begin going into the details of what you'll need, I want to say that brands aren't a big deal. You can choose what is in your price range and what you are comfortable with using. That can be anything from Maybelline to Ben Nye, the professional stuff, but just use what you're comfortable with and what is in your price range. So let's get into the products. First thing you will need is a foundation that is 1 to 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone. You want to find one that is just a little bit tanner than you naturally are, because when you're on stage and you have those lights blaring up into your face, it can cause you to get super washed out. So finding a foundation that is just a little bit darker than your natural skin tone can really help counter that. And the next thing you will need is a powder. I like to use loose setting powder, but you can use pressed powder, whatever works for you. And this is just to matte down your face and help your foundation last a little bit longer during your production. Next up is blush. Now, I wish I could tell you that there is one universal blush shade and that it's super easy to find one that looks perfect on you, but it is a little bit of a learning process, learning what undertones work with your skin and all of that. But the biggest things is find one that looks natural enough on you that it doesn't just look like you smeared paint on your face, but you still want it to be seen from the audience. And another thing is to get a matte blush. You don't want to find a shimmery blush for on stage because it adds unnecessary highlight. You really just want it to look natural, but still able to be seen from the audience. And next thing you will need is a contour shade. Now, contour isn't always required. I have talked to a lot of guys, and half of them say that they always do contour, and half of them say that they've never done contour before, so it's really something that is up to your director. Ultimately, it is their decision, so talk to them before you do your stage makeup just to find out the expectations and requirements to it. So if you are going to contour, you're wanting to find a cool toned brown shade that gives you the shadows and depth that to your face that gives you those great expressions and to be able to see from the audience. But you want to make sure it is a cool tone to create the shadows. And then moving on to eyes. Now, eye makeup for guys is fairly simple. Most of the time it is just a line of either brown or black from inner corner to outer corner just across their lash line. So you want to find either a brown eyeliner or a black eyeliner. And these can come in multiple different forms. These are 2 pencil liners, but there is liquid, there is gel, there's pomade. You can use eyeshadow and an angled brush. There are lots of different options. So just find out what is easiest for you to use and what you are most comfortable with, and go with that. Now, occasionally, depending on your hair color, your eyelash color, your eyebrow color, you might need to use mascara, whether it be brown mascara or black mascara, and you might need to fill in your eyebrows. That is not always necessary, but if you do, you just want to find a mascara. This is a black mascara. Sometimes you will be asked to use a brown mascara, and you're just going to apply it to your lashes. Fairly simple. And then for your eyebrows, you are just going to want to follow the natural shape of your eyebrows. You don't need to overline, you don't need to add length unless asked, but normally it is just to give your eyebrows a bit more color to get those expressions on stage. And eyebrow makeup comes in lots of different forms, kind of like the eyeliner. You can use brown eyeliner, you can use pomades, gels, eyeshadow, you can use eyeshadow, but so again, like eyeliner, find out what's easiest for you. Filling your eyebrows in is not always necessary, so talk to your director about that as well. And now we are going to move on to the tools you will need. I'm just going to basically say the name of the tool because there are so many options. I can't really tell you exactly which one to get or anything like that. There are a lot of options for tools, so just bear with me with this. So applying your foundation, it is usually going to be one or two options. It's going to be a sponge or it's going to be a brush. I prefer the sponge. Sometimes I use the brush. You find out what is easiest for you. But these are normally the two main things used to apply foundation. But you just want to make sure that you are able to both apply it and blend it into your skin. And the next thing you'll need is some sort of powder brush. I really prefer the big fluffy ones, but use whatever is your preference. And then you'll need some form of blush brush. And if you contour, you want to find some form of contour brush. I prefer the angled ones. They aren't necessary. Whatever is easiest for you. And then having a liner angled brush is really helpful if you do like to use eyeshadow over eyeliner for your line or your eyebrows. It's just a really good tool to use. And now we're going to head into the video tutorial portion with Mason. Before that begins, I want to say that for him, I used a very basic tutorial. I used foundation, I used powder, I used blush and eyeliner, and that is it. Because that is his normal stage makeup routine, I just did what he usually does, but I may include a little clip of me adding the contour onto my own face where you are supposed to add it, just in case you do use contour. But so let's get into the video with him.
So first thing you're going to do is take that foundation and just blend that completely into your skin. You want to make sure you are blending down the neck and trying to make the foundation look as skin-like and flawless as possible. Next, you're going to take that powder and just press that into your skin, trying to mattify and set the foundation to create a smooth base to work on. Next, you're going to apply your blush. I like to start at the apple of the cheeks and blend up. You just want to get a nice flush of color that is able to be seen from the audience. Now, the color I chose for Mason is not showing up on camera, but when you choose your makeup, be sure that it is able to be seen. Last thing I did on Mason was apply a small line of brown eyeliner across his lash line. Now the lash line is the closest you can get to your eyelashes without poking yourself in the eye. Most times stage makeup is just doing a small line to enhance your eyes, but make sure you talk to your director about it before going forward.
And now we're going to do a quick little transition into me doing the contour onto myself. It may look a little wonky on my face because I do have feminine bone structure, feminine face, and the contour is geared towards masculine bone structure. But if you follow it, it should look a lot better on you than it does on me. So let's get into that video.
Now, men's contour is a little difficult for me to explain, but I will try my best. You want to take and place that contour right underneath your natural cheekbone, and I would say blend out and down to create a nice broad and angular face. Blending down can really help create those shadows that give that face the more square look. As well as contouring that jawline, just going under your natural jawline and blending down. I always like going in with my sponge or my powder brush just to make sure everything looks flawless and seamless.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and possibly learned something. Before you go, word of advice is to practice your stage makeup. Use it as a tool to help you get into character, and maybe a month or two before tech or your show, maybe run through your stage makeup a couple times so you at least get it down, and be asking your directors questions about what they want for the stage makeup. It can be a really great way to put the final little click into your character and fully get you submerged into that character. So I hope you enjoyed and have a great show.